GoPro is pivoting to defense. And yes, you read that correctly. The company that basically invented the action camera, the brand that became synonymous with helmet cams and surfboard mounts and extreme sports highlight reels, is now looking at military and aerospace contracts as a potential lifeline. That is the world we are living in right now. To understand how we got here, you have to zoom out a little. There is a very clear pattern happening across the tech and consumer industry right now. Want to get investors excited? Mention defense, mention data centers, mention the Pentagon. Ford's energy storage business, which is still tiny and not even operational yet, sent the stock jumping more than it had in years. Redwood Materials raised $425 million from Google and Nvidia by pivoting toward data center power storage. Anduril just raised another $5 billion this week alone, doubling its valuation to $61 billion. Defense money is everywhere, and every company with even a remote shot at a government contract is lining up to take it. So where does GoPro fit into all of this? Well, GoPro has had a rough few years. Sales are down, losses are up. The stock price essentially flatlined at around $1 about 2 years ago. The workforce has already shrunk from around 1,500 employees to just over 600, and last month the company announced it was cutting another quarter of that remaining staff. These are not the numbers of a company that is thriving. So last month, GoPro announced plans to, quote, explore defense and aerospace market opportunities. And honestly, on the surface, it is not a completely crazy idea. GoPro cameras are tough. They survive motorcycle crashes. One literally fell from space on a SpaceX mission and kept recording. If you need a rugged, high-quality imaging device that can take a beating, GoPro actually has something real to offer there. And the market responded, briefly. The stock nearly doubled for a few days after the announcement, but then it came back down, because a press release is not a defense contract. If you are finding this kind of coverage useful, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe so you do not miss the next one. It really does help. Now here is where things get more serious. This week, GoPro announced it has hired investment bank Houlihan Lokey to help evaluate a potential sale and other strategic alternatives. The company's board said it had received, quote, several unsolicited inbound strategic inquiries from parties across various sectors including defense, consumer, and financial. That is a lot of corporate language that basically translates to, we might be for sale. This is not actually the first time this has happened. Back in 2018, founder and CEO Nick Woodman briefly explored a sale before pulling back. But 2018 GoPro was in a very different position than 2026 GoPro. The company had more runway, more staff, and more options. Right now, the situation feels more urgent. What makes this story bigger than just one company's struggle is what it says about the current moment in tech. The Pentagon's budget request is sitting at around $1.5 trillion. That is an enormous amount of money, and companies big and small are looking at it and doing the math. When consumer markets are soft and growth is hard to find, a government that is spending at that scale looks very attractive. So you get a battery startup pivoting to defense. You get a drone company valued at $61 billion. And you get GoPro, a company that 15 years ago was a genuine tech darling, now trying to figure out if its cameras have a future on a battlefield or a surveillance drone rather than a surfboard. Whether this works out for GoPro, nobody knows yet. A sale could mean the brand gets absorbed into something larger and disappears quietly, or the right acquirer could actually give it a second life in a completely different market. But one thing is clear. The action camera market that made GoPro famous is not the growth engine it once was, and the company is running out of time to find a new one.